Hello, hello. Hello, Neko.
Oh.
How are you?
E- Each time I'm trying something different, and sometimes it's funny, and sometimes it falls flat on its face.
I like the light. Nice effect. uh,
It's just the dusk light.
um, so, we are closing to the end of this long
Exactly.
game. I think we have the longest streams with that mark. And
Mostly in part because this guy voice acts.
probably, but I like it. For me, at least, it was enjoyable. So, we hope to finish that mark tonight, and we cannot wait to start the Broken Sword series on Friday evening. It's something that was requested by some of you, and
Mhm.
I'm quite happy to do that before the release of the Broken Sword 1 Reforged. But enough.
And let's be honest, not only requested but suggested by this guy.
Yeah, we love adventure games, and especially point and click ones, and also from time to time visual novels, especially Neko. He's an expert. Ask him and read his blog about it. And now, in very short amount of words, tell us a bit about this game for someone that didn't see our previous streams and come
Well,
here to see the grand finale, let's say.
yeah, basically, the ending, we are in. Sorry for the choice of word, but in pissing distance of the ending. Um, and basically, we are chasing something called the death mark. And the death mark is something that you get from spirits that still roam the earth, and it's basically a curse, and if you don't solve it before sunrise, after a bit of time, you keel over and die by the spirit's curse. And normally, when you finish the grudge, solve the grudge of the spirit while the spirit is still roaming around, you get rid of your mark. And that's it, basically. Other things explaining would be, do you have half an hour? But yeah.
Um, I still need to set something up because my controller doesn't work on the game, and I don't want to point and click this one. So if you have
Technically, this isn't sort of a not fully a point and click game, to be fair. But now the last thing I'm going to say to fill some time is I like to put in some Dutch, uh, basically some Belgium Easter eggs, and this is today's Easter egg. Um, a lot of people know that I work as an IT admin for two Belgian art schools, and I discovered today that the school I work for is the oldest art school in Belgium, and one of the oldest in Europe, even, which surprised me. So I'm wearing the shirt of it today, just as the Belgium Easter egg. And meanwhile, I'm trying to fill some time while Klamath reboots the game to try to get his controller to work.
it was
And he's
unplugged, the controller.
yeah, it was so unplugged I could pick it up. Here's your controller back.
Thank you. The classic.
Suddenly changing to white.
Yeah, wait. Look. the classic Xbox 360 controller. Basically, it's my first controller. I have it before having the first console, PlayStation 2.
Yeah, Xbox controllers, so yeah, good. But let's not start that discussion and get off topic.
Yeah,
Let's
let's go to
let's
the
get back
game.
marking. Okay, now we are still in this underground bunker, and in the previous stream, we basically ended where Klamath was going to solve the final puzzle, and to save ourselves some time, and since the game doesn't really hint at it that well, I basically made him switch partners. I love when he mutes himself and then starts laughing. And
I don't remember what I did last time, but
okay.
we'll see. Okay, I remember now. You said that it will be a good idea to end the stream here last time. Before
Since
doing anything here.
the only thing I will say this, I really meant when by saying we are in pissing distance of the actual finale of the main story.
Okay, only one tip I need. Is here the room that I need to start doing something?
I can say that 100% for sure if you open that box, that chest.
Okay.
Okay. It's devoid of anything that looks like a keyhole, but the box won't open. Now, if I look to... You're in warehouse 2, so that's 23. It's coated with a thin layer of dust, but it seems to be in a decent enough shape.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we are in the right room. I pull out the rusty army sword. I've taken it, but I can't think of any way to do with it. Use it. The only thing I will say is, since this is one of the first times they use a mechanic like this in this game, is it's something in this room. It's a statue that seems to be a divine general. Its head has been severed. The statue with its head cut off. It seems to be holding some kind of a Buddhist ritual implement.
I don't have a head? No?
No, you have not. It's a Vicevera. It's a that word statue. It's missing its head. It's a statue that looks like Vidiara or something. Uh, it's missing one of its arms as well as its head. It's a statue with its head cut off. It looks it held a weapon in its left hand. It's a statue that looks like a divine general. Its armor is from the Tang dynasty. Its statue with its head cut off. It's lying pitifully on the floor. I searched all the statues. Every statue here is a male body. Suddenly, there is a sound of movement within the box. It's a big iron box. I managed to open the box. Sheets of white paper are inside.
One moment.
The darkness is going to be gone.
Exactly.
There seem to be a multitude of talismans. Was something sealed here? Hero peers into the box beside me. So, was something in there? Well... My voice sounds distant. The cause of the curse what burdened the spirits. There is nothing like that here. No, there is nothing here. What? What do you mean? Then... what's that in your hand? Hero is right. It's not true that there is nothing inside. There is one thing. I never would expected something like this. Something that doesn't belong here. A box sealed by the talisman has enshrined a Western style cushion. Hero's eyes, very disappointed. Guess we are out of luck. No way this gave birth to a spirit. True. But the state of this room and the voices. Something important was definitely sealed up here at this place at one point. Hold on, I'm going to listen to something for a moment. Lower the game music a bit. It's coming very loud here.
Okay.
And if it's coming very loud here, I'm afraid that it will be overpowering on the stream.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's still too loud, chat, just shout at us. Okay, yeah, there is nothing here. What is this Western style cushion? Then the thing we have been searching for. Where the hell did it go? A long silence falls between us. It's then that the now familiar pain flares up. The mark went scarlet. It immediately dyed deep crimson. Dead is only a few minutes away. What's going on? Is that closing in of all of a sudden? No. It's the spirit is here.
Ooh.
A low sutra chant hum trembles into the air. It feels like my whole body is numb. It may be the cause of that hum.
What is marked with X I cannot use, or
No, only one person can use.
okay.
Or hero doesn't have enough power to use the rusty army sword.
Got it.
Maybe move me to that side, to the other side, since I'm just covering up one of the. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Now, the only thing I'm gonna say is for the bad ending, to avoid the bad ending, is anything to do with ice. Let's avoid that one.
Ice.
I mean, let's avoid that one since that leads to the bad ending.
Avoid this one, Kagura Bell.
No. Avoid anything to do with ice.
Ice, you mean I?
It will be clear later.
Okay, let's start with something. Okay.
Oh yeah, she can use it, but indeed the spirit is too far away. Rand uses consciousness. Rand shakes the Karagura Suzubel. Rand was injured. I tried to use the bell, but my arm wouldn't listen to me, and it flings the bell at my head. The Kagara Suzu bell flies into the air. I get the feeling that we are not using it right. She loses consciousness too. Hero shoots the palm pistol. Hero was injured. Hero collapses. I try to aim the gun at the spirit, but against my will, I shoot my own head instead. My vision darkens. I can see the spirit slowly drawing closer.
Okay. This one, no?
Yeah, this is. I'll always say this is a nasty fight.
Maybe I need to study a bit. to remember things.
I made sure last time you had all the items. You shoot the gun and blanks. I grabbed the gun, but yeah. The blank explodes. My consciousness fades. There is a strong ringing in my ears, and it's preventing me from hearing the sutra chant. Hero is clutching their head like they can't hear anything either. The numbness faded. She shakes the Kagaru Suzuban. Nothing happens. The cannon soldier yells, making my heart clench. She was injured. You were injured.
No.
Shoot the palm pistol. The cannon soldiers won.
Ooh.
The spirit fades and becomes intentionable. Hero shakes the Kakara bell, and the soldiers won.
Okay. So with this bell is a thing. And she is the only character that could use it, maybe.
The spirit turned solid again. And it yells again, making my heart sweat. She was injured. And you were too. This design is magnificent. Of the spirit. How the fuck do you shoot a blade?
I don't know. You throw it, I don't know.
Yeah, you shoot it out of your hand, and it's wounded again. The spirit fades and becomes intentionable.
Okay, okay.
Now watch the final design, motherfuckers.
Oh, I can use this one. Okay.
Rand slashes the rusty army sword. The cannon soldier is wounded. The spirit fades and becomes intentionable. Here shakes the Kagarugo Suzuban. The cannon soldier is wounded. The spirit stops. I guess the attack finally won. Out of nowhere, footsteps approach behind me. I can hear coughing. And whoever it is puts their hand on my back. Taman? Is that you? What are you doing here? Instead of replying, he shoves something into my hand. It's a lost chisel with the grip stained in blood. This is... I found it in that room in the mansion. In that instant, I understand everything. The heart of the curse that we were searching for, the object that gave birth to the spirit. So it was kept in Coach's mansion? Thanks, I'm going to use it! I grab the chisel and face the spirit. You swing the chisel down on the soldier. I jab the chisel at its left ear. It cries in anguish, but nothing seems to happen. She shakes the bell. Nothing happens. The weakened cannon soldier suddenly bellows out curses. Blood splays violently from its holes and in its head. My vision darkens.
Okay. So I
But
avoided the eyes.
While I say, you were so fucking close.
So maybe we need to get the left and the right ear on the same turn.
You only have one chisel, my dude. And oh yes, you restart this whole fucking fight. It's a doozy.
I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, with my character on first turn. I think I cannot do anything.
The hint was given in your first death, basically. I'm willing to explain it to you, but that would maybe spoil the fun a bit.
Okay, I will ask you something. I can use the bell also, or only her?
She should use the bell.
I can use it. I don't understand.
You can use it, but she should use it.
Okay, I understand. Okay, let's try with short sword and the bell.
By the way, I looked it up. The short range sword is basically a mistranslation. It should say injecting gun.
Ah. Oh, okay. Can I not do anything?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Uh, okay. Not good. And what I did last time was good, it seems.
Spoil it for chat, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you just yet, unless you ask me to.
How do I skip? I don't know how to skip.
You mean to get to the final part again?
No, I mean, you said that I can skip my turn.
Oh no, you can't.
Ah, okay.
I never said that.
I misunderstood them.
I said I spoiled the solution for chat.
No, earlier. Anyway.
I just think something got lost in translation there. I grab the gun, but I can't control my hand. The blank explodes, my consciousness fades. There's a strong ringing in my ears, preventing me to hearing the sutra chant. Am I being too obvious? Eerie is clutching her head again. The numbness faded. You get, you now can proceed. Or is it still a bit unclear?
I can proceed because she ring the bell, no?
Yeah, but can she ring the bell now? While the previous times it flew up in the air towards your head.
Because he yelled? I don't know.
Put some emphasis on something earlier. I'm gonna shut up for the rest. This is a very important plot point in the moment, so one of the main things is found in the mansion which was our base. Now, in terms of designs of the spirits in this game, this is one of my favorite. The design of the next chapter's monster is also chef's kiss. I jabbed the sizzle at its right ear. It stares at me disappointedly. Finally, it smiles and it disappears.
I don't get it, man.
Okay.
I mean, what's with the right ear?
First of all, the first move should have been always the gun with the blanks. Since this spirit, one of the abilities of this spirit, was a hum that controls minds. As in, anything you have in your hands will be moved towards your head and
That makes
thrown,
sense.
or because you shoot a gun with blanks, nothing goes through your skull, but it gives you temporary tinnitus. So you can't hear the hum anymore, so you have control of your own body.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what's the gist of the first move. The ending here, oh boy, you won't be ready for this fucker. Please continue.
But what's the explanation with the right ear? I mean, why it didn't work with the left?
You hold on.
Okay.
The statue moves and stops collapsing. It stopped, right? Looks like it. My mark vanished. So it must be over. Once again, I'm the only one who's still cursed. I'm grateful that I made it in time. That was a close call. Thanks for saving us. Thanks for saving us, but what you did was pretty reckless. I thought I said it was dangerous for a group of monk bearers to go somewhere haunted. Yes, but this seems important. And it saves our lives at the end. Tell us, Dr. Damon. What happened at the mansion? To be honest, it's hard for me to logically explain it. But I tell you what happened. After you left, I chose to do my own investigation of the mansion. When I passed a certain room, my mark started hurting suddenly. I went inside to look around and found a desk with chisels on it. It must mean the room I found. My head was in a haze because the mark at the time, but it seemed to me that one chisel was engulfed in a black light. I realize now that I must have had a spiritual encounter. But what made you decide that you had to bring the chisel here? You seemed sure it would be effective against the cannon soldier. I'm not sure myself. I picked it up and I heard a voice. The rest was, well, instinct. It was Banshee. It was what Banshee mentioned earlier. The heart of the curse that created the spirit. So I knew I had to give it to you. When I looked through that room before, years ago I said that the Koja family used to create Buddha statues there a long time ago. It's possible that the chisel was used to create the statue that became the cannon soldier. I don't know what the voice was that he heard. Probably something like the mysterious voice that guided me here before. You know, I haven't heard it in a while. That's all I can tell you. Now then, Rand, Klamath, should we go back to the mansion?
Yeah.
We need to update Banshee on all that's happened. I didn't bother telling him anything. Now here was the nasty thing. And I will tell you this because now you basically got the explanation of the right ear, because it was explained in the previous chapter. The hint was in the previous chapter. That's the fucky thing. Searching documents on the mark, carting all the statues out. It will take more than a day to do all of that. We should go back to the mansion and figure out what to do next. What? We are leaving already? I wanted to examine this place. I glanced at the statue fallen to the floor. Sorry, but you will have to do that another time. Fine. In exchange, not one word about this shelter to anyone else. I'm going to study every inch of this. Yeah, okay. Damn, you almost died there. I know the danger is past, but you have gotten over this way too quickly. I'm impressed with your nerves of steel. Or is it more willpower? You can say that again. We return to the concrete passageway. I might be imagining it, but it feels like the air is a little less stagnant than it was before. We climb up out of the manhole in M now South Alley. Banshee Rep runs up to us waving. His ever-present smell wafts off him. Figured I would find you here. You gave me a shock dashing out of the mansion like that, Diamond. The next thing I knew, my mark was gone. What happened? I just needed to deliver something. You really saved us. I'd rather not think of the consequences if you hadn't made it in time. Also, little side note, the reason you needed to take Hero is because of some Japanese folklore. Since they only allow shrine maidens to use the bells. And the actual correct translation wouldn't have been whatever they were named in this chapter, but would be Shinto bells.
But we had any hint about this? I mean, if you are not from Japan.
Very, very vaguely in one of the flashbacks.
Okay.
It was like a little push, but
You
not
know,
enough.
this is not the kind of game to play with such
breaks.
long breaks. Yeah.
Exactly. Well then, if I must do my investigation another day, are we splitting up ways here? Our marks are gone now. Rand still has his though. This always happens. I'm used to it. But now I might be able to change that. I finally discovered where the stolen statues of 8 shrine are. I'm lost, but I'm glad for you. It's all thanks to you. I will figure out the rest by myself. You should all return to your regular life. You're saying we should split up then? You sure you will be okay? Something will work out eventually. Besides, this is Sayo Koju's dying wish. I want to respect it. Huh? Well, thanks. We'll head back then. I've been missing all those chemical smells from the lab. Good to hear your research is exciting. But don't forsake your humanity over it and end up like Mizu, please. like I would do that. It's not even funny, by the way. Oh yeah, Mr. Rand. Whenever you want to get those statues, I will help out. Until then, see you. I will be off as well. Honestly, all of this put a strain on me. I'm barely standing upright. Whatever you do, don't collapse on your way home. Please. Hey, Rand. One day, I'm hoping to let the public know about the underground shelter. For the sake of the wandering souls without a proper burial. I would like if you help with it. See you around. Now, are you ready for the finale? Since here we go, even if you're not ready.
Ready or not, here I am. Here I go,
Yes.
or what?
Guess I will go
How
too.
it was.
You are not returning to the shelter, are you? No, I'm not that brave. The soldier's gone, but there is plenty of other things down there. I will give it a few days to settle. So you're still planning to go back. I'm not sure I would call it a smart move, my man. Comes with living this kind of life. I will bunker down in a park underneath a bridge until things calm down. See you, Rand. Bring more food next time, will ya? The fallen monk bearers all have left. Should probably head to the mansion myself. I have got to decide what to do next. I hear a voice calling from behind me. Turn to see Banshee in the middle of the road staring intently at me. What's wrong? Remember now. His eyes are wide as saucers. I forgot because of the mob, but I met you before. What? What do you mean? Well, let me think. He scratches his chin. I know his memories are probably all a mess, having just gotten them back. But I don't have time to wait for him. Ah, yes. We first met 5 years ago. And then, 10 days ago. I feel like I've been struck by lightning. I just arrived at Koja's mansion 10 days ago. That means I met him before I lost my memories. I need to know, who in the world am I? I couldn't say. I wasn't interested in asking your name and you didn't give it. Tell me what you know. Tell me about myself, please. Oh, okay. I owe you that for the food, so ask. What should I ask about? I've just seen the cannon soldier, and you bet I booked it out of the manhole. I ran into you on the street. You had to treat me with food to celebrate. Thanks for that, by the way. Banshee is talking about a person I was before I lost my memories. It's weird to hear about myself this way. You mentioned you would be overseas. You would only have come back recently, about a month ago. Oh, and that's when I learned about the mark. You told me about it. It slipped my mind until just now. By that time, was my right arm? Yeah, it had the mark. You were acting all odd though. You would go to remember something, but then stumble over your word. The curse was probably in its late stages. In fact, I would completely forgotten my name and passed a few hours after that. By the by, I have something to tell you. This here Benshu Itu of the nobler character than regular folk. That's why I have detached life away from world vulgarities. What are you trying to say? I could be crazy desperate, but I would never shame my dear departed mother or divine providence. You understand? No, you lost me. I'm saying I would never resort to stealing, even if I would die for hunger. Here, these are yours. Are you ready for the bombshell? He pulls out a wristwatch and a wallet. Each looks antique. They are inlaid with subtle designs. You forgot them at the restaurant? Let me see them. I grab them both and rush open the wallet. But there is no ID inside. There was no driver's license or company card with an idea in it you got? Don't ask me. You said you forgot your wallet somewhere and lost it. It's probably in there. Oh. I look at what's inside the wallet. Bills, coins, and a number of familiar business cards. Dayakoju, spirit healer. Ah, those things. You tried to give me one. Told me to go there if I remembered anything. But I gave it back. I don't make a habit of carrying useless stuff. Dayakoji's card was in my pocket when I first arrived at Koji's mansion. It must have been the one Banshee returned. There is no doubt about it. I lost all my memories before I met Banshee. Next is... You showed up at the shelter. You wanted to know about the Heavenly Buddha project. Gave me food. Huh. Actually... You were more focused on the Koji family than the Scanlan soldier. Why did we talk about them? The head at the time was majorly involved in the project. He was famous for his spiritual powers, so the army asked him for help. He loaned him a number of his family-prized sacred treasures. You really zeroed in on that bit. Do you know exactly what the army got? Yeah. The shelter had a list. A mirror, a shittle, Buddha statues, cursed objects, and holy talismans. They were all returned to the family. Which means they are all in the mansion now. You kept popping by a few times until one day you just didn't. I only saw you next 10 days ago. I asked everything I wanted to know. But there is something still bugging me. Did I say anything about the mark when you saw me 10 days ago? I was so focused on eating, I wasn't paying full attention. Are you kidding? Oh, yeah. You said the same thing as Hero about the cannon soldier. There is no way a human head on a statue would make it move. But it actually did move. That's what I thought too. And then he said something strange. You said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. Her? That's not all. You said she gave you the mark. That she loved watching you lose your memories and your dear fate. Fear that. You made her kick the bucket once, but she came back to life. You said that you needed to say. You said you needed to do the same thing you'd done 50 years ago to get rid of her. My heart wants to beat out of my chest. I can feel sweat running down my face. There is no way I can keep calm. Before I lost my memories, I would have known who cursed me with the mark. Hey, old man. Who is she? Did I tell you? I wanted to know too, so I asked. But you couldn't answer me. I don't think you were trying to hide it. You just honestly didn't remember. Is that all because of my mark? Well, that's all I can tell you. Rand, I should be going soon. Go. Where? I will tell you in the car. I'm real tired of standing. I would like to sit for a bit. There's no point in arguing here. I will just get it out of him once we are in the car. Save for the love of God.
Okay.
Some nice bombshells were dropped, weren't they?
Not all of them, I guess.
No, they are going to keep dropping. Nope, the mansion is out that way. Banshee clambers into the back seat of the car. His heavy scent fills the enclosed space. I can finally catch my breath. Now then, driver, take us to the forest by H Castle. I drove down a familiar road. All lights along the way are strangely green. We reached our destination without me having to slow down the car even once. The engine chugs along. I feel the wheels of fate turning like those the car I'm riding in. 10 days ago, I promised. In exchange for you buying me an extra order of almond jelly, if you did forget something, to take you to H Shrine. Sounds like I was prepared for anything. But if I was that careful, why didn't I leave myself a clue? Why prepare if I was just going to forget? Did the curse progress faster than expected, so there wasn't much time? Or did someone get rid of it? But if I had business at a shrine, why didn't I go there while I still had my memories? Something about timing. Waiting for the magic summer, clearing, cleaning to... What? Waiting for the magic summer, cleaning to clear away impurity. That's a sentence and a half. You're very muted.
Yeah, the summer cleaning. The autumn cleaning.
Okay! No? I was just misreading the sentence. Suddenly, my old self echoes in my head. I speak the words out slowly as the realization dawns. The summer purification rites. The rites are held at the shrines to exorcise evil. On the last day of June, you pass through woven reeds to cleanse yourself. I was trying to use the ritual to exorcise the impurity. Gotcha. Lucky today is the 1st of July, so the rites or whatever are done. So there's no problem now. Exorcise the impurity, huh? What kind of impurity was I trying to cleanse? The more I learn, the less I understand. My previous self is like a complete stranger to me. How many times have I come to this forest now? The creepy arch and thick trees look the same as always. You know where a shrine is, yeah? Lead the way. You never been there? First I heard of it was 10 days ago. Banshee and I push through the vegetation and make our way down the beast trail. We pass under a stone torii gate. And finally arrive at the desolate 8 shrine. The few headless Buddha statues that were left in the 8 shrine, that are left in the light of the flashlight. So, the statues used in the project were stolen from here. Yeah, that's right. So, it's really true that the statues are connected to the mark somehow. I've considered the possibility the mark was caused by divine wrath. But then, 10 days ago, you said what happened 50 years ago wasn't because of the project. It was all because of her. This course I have been following this whole time. Then at some point, I have been fed a huge lie. But what could it be? A shudder runs through me at the thought. It feels like I'm looking into the depths of hell. You said 10 days ago that the altar holds something important. Something about needing to keep it here to exercise purity and purity. He approaches a small altar and puts in the hand on the sliding door. Huh? What's going on here? The thing is empty! Don't ask me. It was already gone when I came here earlier. Well, that's darn weird. There was a club pouch. What was inside? A small fist-sized statue and Nabiyibutsu or something. It goes Shintai for the shrine. The Corsair had used it in the shelter to stop the mess 50 years ago. And then again, there is the Goja family. They must have strong ties to the mark. Well, this is all I can do for you. At least it was enough to pay for the dessert. You should head back, son. Right. I'm still unsure what my old self was thinking, but it was clear the plan I had didn't work. Where did that thing go? On the way back, I feel reluctant to go. I keep turning to look towards the shrine. Each time I do, Banshee hurries me on to the forest entrance. Well, this is where we part ways. You're not riding back with me? I'm honest to cut with you, I got a bit caustic on the way here. Flat roads were fine, but the curves and hill did me in. Little side note, I totally feel for Banshee here. I get very caustic in buses because the suspension goes up and down, and I get very caustic then as well. So this is a total real thing. Anyhow, I would just get a nice meal, and I would hate to throw it up, so well, let's walk back. But it's pretty far from here. Kids are such wimp these days. When I was young, I used to walk across the Himalayas all the time. This ain't nothing. His laugh is loud enough for the whole forest to hear. He waves and leaves me alone. Once he is out of sight, I get into my car. I pull out of the deserting parking lot and drive back to the mansion. As I count the streets line passing by, I go over everything that Banshee told me. 50 years ago, in the shelter, the cannon soldier went berserk. But it wasn't because of the army experiment, it was because of her. The army was unable to stand up to the threat of her and the soldier. But the Koji family had used the Nenji Butsu to settle everything. However, she still exists in this time period. She was the one who finally gave me my mark. But I lost my memories, and I was planning to using the Nenji Butsu like they did before. I left it at 8 shrines so I could be cleansed of its impurity. But somewhere along the line it went missing. The past me probably couldn't have predicted that would happen. I'm almost back at Koja's mansion. As my drive came to an end, I focus on what the most important detail is. That's right, who she is. I have a hunch about her identity, but I can't be sure yet. And that definitely proves she was there. 50 years ago, she made the cannon soldier move down in the shelter. The Koja's family had sealed her, but that would brought her to the mansion. The sacred objects of the project, of which she was one, were returned to the Kojas. I grip the steering wheel. If there's any way to defeat her, it just had to be in the mansion. I don't have any solid proof, but the fragments of my memory are whispering to me. The entrance doesn't look any different. My mouth burns. The sharp pain nearly brings me to my knees. It seems she has got no intention of hiding her presence any longer. If you want to save, this is the point of no return. Mary's voice is soft. I know now. Behind those words is a hidden and a tense lust for blood. You came to life rather quickly. You gave me nearly a whole day, more than enough time. I admit the rabbit's attack surprised me, but unexpected events can themselves be rather enjoyable. When I brought Mary to H Shrine, we caught sight of the rabbit there. It might have been suspected Mary's true nature. That rabbit, its great love for you pushed me into recklessness. What was that rabbit really? Determine that for yourself. Who are you? Knowing that, and the answer will come. Though It is impossible as long you bear the mark I gave you. Mary gave me the mark? I had a hunch, but hearing it from her lips fills my mind with dread. Now, foolish question. Did you suspect anything?
No, not until a few minutes ago.
This is what I meant. The very curveball they throw at the end here. So, just what are you trying to accomplish? Dragging the living to the depths of despair before killing them. I believe I explained that's the most desire and joy for a spirit. And I had your corporation achieving that. Cooperate? Don't be ridiculous. Oh? You have not realized yet. You did bring those pathetic mark bearers directly to the spirits, didn't you? You feared the spirit's existence, trembled in the face of death. I savored the taste of that fear and despair. Delicious. You had all of us help out. Just to terrify the mark bearers even more? Clearly. I could have waited for the curses to complete if only I wanted them dead. But that's not the only lie. Mark bearers must stay in small group. Don't contact outsiders. All of my instructions were to drive you in a state of emergency. And now, one stick you down. I bet she is telling me all of this because she wants me terrified with how hopeless the situation I find myself in. I'm frozen in place and I know my face must be pale as death. She must be loving this. Don't tell me you created all of those spirits just to accomplish that? Indeed. When Lord Christie believed the divine red was the cause of the mark, I had never been more amused. Her foolishness was so delightful, I just had to come along with you. So you lied. Of course. How could a pile of broken statues possibly do anything? I could be imagining it, but I feel like she hesitated for a moment there. "50 years ago, I was sealed away by the head of the Kojo family. I awoke here 5 years ago. At that time, I was still unable to speak and communicate. But it seems my awakening alone caused a number of ripples. Those who died unfortunate deaths and cursed land became mysterious spirits. The H elementary abuse, the Hanabima suicide, Seiko's assault and suicide, that all happened 5 years ago. I finally regained my full power a little over a month ago. Those Buddha statues connected to me 50 years ago began moving. That woman killed by the statue was also influenced by my power. That must be the cannon soldier and Zukawa. Zukawa believed it was a divine oracle from the soldier, when it actually had been Mary. She did as the great Asura said and transformed herself into Miss Zu. Once my strength returned, I bestowed my power on the spirits. It connected humans to me and manipulated them into panic. The mark. I know you have been toying with us. But, well, was there really a need to make us connected in some way? Of course. By being in direct contact of you, I could taste your fear. Even now. Are you scared of me, Lord Ran? So you are terrified to the extent it steals your speech? A porcelain-faced Greek. Ever since you declared that you would fight the mark, I have eagerly awaited for this day. Over the past 10 days, I have tasted your fear through the mock. Thick and syrupy, sweet as honey. Each savored morsel made me want to smash you to pieces. But I waited. I'm not so foolish as to kill a ghost that lays golden eggs. But I cannot take it anymore. Like crushing a ripe fruit and sipping its juices. I want to break you down and savor your sweet fear. The monk is dyed deep crimson. Few minutes until that closes in. My thoughts blur together suddenly. What happens to the monk bearers right before dawn? I've seen it so many times. Is that what's happening to me now? Lauren, wait for me! I will kill. I hear Mary suddenly stand up over by the sofa. At this rate, the rabbit's fate will be mine too. I have to run away. Check within the rat in my room. Something whispers in my ear. That's right, that voice. But what does my room mean? Okay, focus. Who does it belong to? Yosakawa? She said it was someone who loved me. Mary's coming closer. Where should I run? I think somebody has something figured out or just made a lucky guess. I sprint at full speed up the stairs and fly into Saya's room. Much like the entrance hall, it's dark. The voice said, check within the red in my room. Is something there? But where should I look? I dash to the bed and frantically search if I see anything like that. I can't find anything.
Damn.
The mark starts burning me painfully. I blank out. Lord Ram! So this is where you have been. Mary's here. I need to close the door. I found you! Mary closes her hand around my neck. Try to kill me.
Okay, decide again.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a half-minute break just to take some medication since a headache is coming up. But the medication helps. The red in the room. Just curious, are you colorblind? But I'm sorry, but it's staring you right in the face.
I don't see, I don't know. Okay, here we go again.
Hold on. Before you click to the next thing, look to the floor for a moment.
I'm looking, but it's all dark for me.
Okay, that explains quite a lot. Since on the stream and the Discord share, it's so clearly visible. There is still a blood puddle.
Okay, so now I moved on the other screen and I see it.
Yeah, okay, that explains a lot.
Okay.
Now, little side note. I'm looking at the guide and I now notice I miscalculated on something.
Regarding the length of the stream?
Yes. So my suggestion would be to do the final chapter, as in the bonus chapter, in its own stream.
Okay.
Since I totally forgot there was a small epilogue, and if I then would have to voice act also the additional chapter, which thankfully has nothing to do with the main story, as in it's a totally separate story bit, and I mean with that, even it doesn't even matter that we take a break.
Okay. Sounds good for me, also. Because I told you that I'm really tired.
Yeah, and
that's why we
for
start.
the both of us are.
Yeah, that's why we
So-
start earlier.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Now I understand why you asked me if I'm colorblinded, because I have completely other colors on this main screen.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why, because you see it correctly. It seems it's something with the settings for my for that
Your
source
monitor.
on my TV.
Yeah, most likely. So now some other bombshells are going to drop. Sasukage's bloodstain is still on the floor. It's obviously dry by this point in time. There might be something laying on top of it. I can't be sure as it's too dark. Nothing was there the last time I was here. Picking it up, I discover it's a small pouch. Inside, there is a hard, thin object. I move it over to the moonlight to see it better. It's a small Buddha statue. It can't be. Is it a Ninja Butsu? It seems to be stained with blood, and I get an ominous feeling about it. The impurity, it hasn't been exorcised yet. I instinctively know the instant I see it. My mind is suddenly flooded with all my memories of the Ninja Butsu, one after another. 50 years ago, the head of the Koji family used to seal Mary's power. He put the Ninja Butsu inside of her to seal her. Then, about a month ago, someone took that out. That person was me. Because of that, Mary regained her powers. The Ninja Butsu in my hand looked exactly as it did back then, full of impurity. The impurity that has been built up by sealing Mary's power for 50 years. To cleanse it, I left the Ninja Butsu at the uncontaminated shrine. It would take time to exorcise all of the impurity. But it's already July, the summer purification rite is over. So why is it still impure? The object that the rabbit had in its mouth. Could it have been carrying the pouch then inside of the master key? The Ninja Butcher was taken away from a shrine before the beginning of July. Maybe the rabbit saw Mary by the shrine and was scared that she would find it. So it had no choice to steal it away. The door to the adjacent room opens. Mary must be looking for me. But she can sense the presence of the Mog Bearers. What is going on? Wait. Wait. Is it possible that Saya's blood is protecting me? Bring it where I met my end. The voice whispers in my ear again. If this isn't where the voice owner died, they must have met their end somewhere else. There was only one other place. While Mary is in the room next door, I sprint down the entrance hall. I take a beeline for Mary's sofa and the spot where the rabbit died. The voice spoke to me and helped me every time the spirit was closing in. If Saya was working through anything, it must have been that rabbit. Sensing something, I looked down at my hand. The impurity was gone. Is that what you have been telling me, Saya? I speak to the department woman who has guided me as I struggled without my memories. But the ninja butsu, the swords of the Dolska! Press it to the black mark. Then the whisper stopped. The floorboards creak ominously. I raise my head to the staircase rising into the darkness before me. A dark figure stands on the landing. I found you! The mark scorches me. My head goes blank. Mary is coming closer. My body won't listen to me. Alright. Mary closes her hands around my neck. She is trying to kill me. I squeeze an individual and the fog that's impending my thoughts lifts. It's still a struggle to think, but I should be able to move my arm now. Put the ninja butsu to the source of the curse. I have only one chance. Where should I stick it? And now let's see if you have paid attention or seen it. I managed to drag my impossible heavy arm and stick the ninja bitch in Mary's mouth.
What the? It's in the darkness. No, I need.
Are you gonna hate this so much? But it's a very logical solution.
Hmm. You said that I have a button to skip.
Yeah, to speed up, yeah, I don't remember which button it is.
Found it.
The way how they wrap up the story here is just... Okay. I managed to drag my impossible heavy arm and stick the ninja bichu at Mary's right arm. She's hiding it. I'm sure that's where the black mark was. Now, I'm not gonna scream. All bloom on Mary. They are all the color of blood. It's like the curses of those she killed. Allow me to interject before voice acting the remainder here. I told you you were going to hate this solution, and earlier I told you it was going to be explained what was up with the right ear. Now,
No, because I had the mark also on my right hand, no?
no, no. Before you fight the cannon soldier, the nasty hint of the cushion being the same color and texture of Mary's couch, with you having discovered in the previous chapter that a doll like Mary had a mark on her right arm, was actually foreshadowing of Mary being the big bad evil of the whole story, and was actually giving you the hint for the true ending to go for the right ear. Because what Mary actually said before she went all apeshit was that she was controlling the cannon soldier 50 years ago. She actually made the cannon soldier what the cannon soldier is. She made Mizu, she made all the previous spirits you faced. She created them. She made them spirits. And because most spirits are linked, especially the cannon soldier, since she used that twice, they have the same weakness, same-ish weakness. And that's why it should have gone for the right ear. For the true
But
ending.
you also had the image with her
Yeah.
before the fight.
So that's what I said in chat. Also, there are actually two hints, and it's the image, and the other one would have been if you connected the dots with the foreshadowing when you found the red cushion. It's a nasty way to end this story, but it's a nice way for people who are easy to see patterns in story and then suddenly see this and then can go wildly theorize. And then for people who are asking, why did the right ear work? And then suddenly when Mary reveals she actually uses the spirits as puppets.
Can I take a 1 minute break?
To process all of what I said, most likely.
I need some coffee for the epilogue.
Yeah, it's good, my man. Meanwhile, I can talk about some other interesting games I have been playing recently. I am. If you enjoy some horror themed games or some games about spirits and cults, I recently discovered Call of the Lamb on my Nintendo Switch. And oh boy, I fell in love with it right away. I even dare to say, if you like the visuals of Deathmark and a bit the visuals of Binding of Isaac, mixed with a little bit of Hollow Knight, but then not exactly in that style, but the same sort of design language, you sort of kind of go towards the design of Call of the Lamb. As a matter of fact, I was recently playing it, and my young niece was sitting next to me, and she was like, "Oh, that's a cute game. Aren't you too old to play that?" As a 30-year-old, I felt kind of offended between heavy quotes, but as soon as she saw that you can sacrifice people for an eldritch god, she was like, "Oh, it's that kind of a game, like my daddy plays." Her father plays a lot of Assassin's Creed. So she thought it was Assassin's Creed in cartoon form. Kids these days. Anyhow, besides that, now we have finished the main story of that mark. I hope I explained quite a lot there. I hope you watching connected all the dots now. Who the rabbit actually was, and what actually happened. Now the epilogue is going to give some other explanations, since the things now revealed might have raised some questions, and we still don't know who we are. But if you are somebody who is really knowing who knows what is being foreshadowed here, or not foreshadowed, being told here, have a clue at this moment. You can guess several things, but one is going to be right. Now, unfortunately, I heavily miscalculated the fact that I also voice act this whole game. So I am sorry, but we are most likely going to keep the DLC additional episode for a later date. Thankfully, I am not going to have to recap the whole story before that, because it's really a standalone episode. It's like if you would watch an anime series, then after a year you get like an OVA episode of 20 minutes or even 10 minutes, where the characters are put in some new situation. It's basically something like that. But it's going to be story relevant for the sequel. So yeah. And perfect timing of Klamath returning. The final thing I want to say is we shouldn't start our journey into the sequel NG without finishing the DLC story.
Of course, no problem. I'm still puzzled about the colors. I'm looking at the phone, at the stream, and it seems that is not from the problem is not my TV. I mean, it's the stream itself. Where did you see that it looked
Fine.
bright?
I mean,
Not on the YouTube stream or on the Discord?
both.
Okay, because I know for me they're too dark on the stream, and
Yeah.
also on the so when I move to the screen, the main screen, I'm seeing it perfectly. But when I'm looking at capturing screen, it's too much darker.
It's so strange. I experience other things, but
Yeah, something strange because it's not only on the TV. It's I see this only also on my phone now.
true.
Anyway, I have a solution. I mean, I move to the other screen and it's perfect for me.
So the final bombshells are going to drop now. Did I really do it? I hesitantly looked down at my right arm. Ta-da! The mark is finally gone. I did it? I finally did it! I have to say it out loud to convince myself. A victory at the expense of Saya's life. I can't claim I completely... There is no harm at being relieved for now. The fog clouding my head clears away. My memories slowly return to me. I look around the dimly lit hallway again. I know this mansion well, because I am. The clock on the second floor begins chiming wildly like it did 10 days ago. When I make my way to it, it stops. As if it has a will of its own. That's right, this grandfather clock. I think a skilled ancestor of the Koja family crafted it. That one chisel may have been used to make it. That's right, inside this clock. I open the door and I stick my hand inside. My fingers brush something hard. Taking it out, I realize it's a voice recorder. I press the play button.
聞こえているだろうか。九条正宗だ。
It's a man voice. I know the voice all too well. It's my voice. I decided to leave this record behind in case something should happen. That doll may dispose any files or documents. I'm banking on her overlooking a piece of technology. As I listen, I start to remember recording this. I've done the ride before I received the mug from Mary. Now, where should I begin? It started 5 years ago, 2 years ago after I became the head of the Koja family. My sister, Saya, and I found the doll in a wood box while sorting in the warehouse. The moment I broke the seal and saw her, I could sense something sinister. But it took a while longer to fully understand what she truly is. If only there had been records. But great-great-grandfather who sealed her didn't leave any before his early death. Because of that, his descendants weren't told about the doll. I managed to learn the doll had been loaned to the army lab during the war. A strange doll who lived in the underground shelter told me. I went overseas to get more information on the doll. But I got into an accident while away and I was presumed missing. So Saya became the new family head. I wasn't able to contact her after she had inherited the title. It wasn't something worth contesting. So I explained everything and I had her to keep up the facade while I was missing. Public records stated that Masamune Kojo was very much alive, of course. I couldn't have used my passport or license otherwise. I'm off topic, I'm sorry. I only just returned to the country last week. Other psychics abroad all agreed it would be a very bad idea to leave the doll be. And Ninja Butsu inside the doll still suppressed its cursed power, but I realized it was almost at its limit. If I left it alone, it would crumble. Then it would be impossible to suppress the cursed power of the doll. That was the worst case scenario. But what was to be done? The answer I came up with was to remove the Ninja Bichu from the doll temporarily. Its impurity would be cleansed after a month stored in the pure area. And then I would place it back into the doll. If I succeed, the doll's power will be sealed for a few more decades. But the problem is the 1 month. I have no idea what kind of curse will be released when the doll is unsealed. I will do whatever I can to prevent disasters. But my power can't compare to the Ninjibutsu. I can't guarantee anything. There may be many victims like the tragedy 50 years ago. But this is a necessary evil. It must be done in order to prevent even more people falling victim. After this, I will disassemble the doll and remove the Ninjibutsu. I pray everything goes according to plan and the worst evil is avoided. I hope this record isn't needed. But if the one listening to this has a loved one fallen victim to the curse, then I'm very sorry. The recording ends there. Damn it. I clench my fist so hard my nails dig into my palms. Yes, the voice on the tape was mine, but I'm furious with it. I don't know the person at all. The mark has claimed so many victims over the past month. I even lost my little sister Saya. Was she just another inevitable victim that the voice spoke of?
Okay, so now I choose the ending.
No. The ending has been chosen after you finish the cannon soldier with the right ear. It had to be done. I'm randomly but wrongly spelled, but I'm also Masamune Koju. I understand why I felt as if he had to do that. It was his fate. The Koju family are forever linked to that cursed doll. Two months have passed. The occasional cool breeze signals that the summer is almost over. I've spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best as I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contact the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statues in place of honor was also one of these tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I just couldn't leave them there. Plus, there was no way Christy would keep quiet about the statues. So with her guidance and Iskawa, Damon, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter and returned them to a shrine. How this motherfucker tilt them up those fucking ladders, I don't fucking know, but I know my memory has completely returned.
He said that he had a lot of help.
Yeah, basically. Things didn't go originally as planned, but at least the danger has passed. I don't think my decision as Masamune Kojo was wrong. But at times, ways of powerlessness and what?
I don't know this word.
Yeah, despondency overwhelm me. When I think of the victims of the mark and of Saya,
My chest hurts.
I want to do something for them. So, as the new head of the Kyojo family, sorry. About the memories I have regained. I became the Kyojo family head 7 years ago. I admit I was a bit of a recluse. I felt the public appearances to Saya, preferring to stay out of the spotlight. The only photos of me from a small local newspaper. I uncovered Mary by accident in the family storehouse 5 years ago. It was a discovery that changed my life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck, or if Mary's curse has something to do with it. When I was finally able to contact home, Saya had already become the new head. The rest of the tape, that was the rest of the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says the spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence into the doll. In the end, still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create the doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kojos. He either didn't know the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disaster began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become a sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething rushes of the experiment's victims and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates. Mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers. Mo Wannabe became a part-time writer for her favorite magazine, Oops Arts Monthly. She sometimes comes to the Koyuja Mansion to interview me about spirits and ghosts. Tsukawa Yoshida is studying every day for the middle school exams next year. He bragged in his letter to me how well he did in the national mock tests. Satoru Mishida brought me a drink like he promised. Seems he is thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I want to join him. If he was serious, I don't know. Shu Nagashima is picking fights, riding his bike, and doing whatever he wants, as usual. But recently, out of the blue, I heard he's joining his neighborhood baseball team. Christy Adamura has started writing an essay exposing all of her past affairs. She's trying to get back into the industry. Suzu Muramiya was able to see her father. Lately, she started asking me for advice how to get her parents to reconcile. I have no idea I help, but she says they sometimes have meals together now. Aita Nakamatsu has gone back to surfing the BBS every day, as usual. But what's new is he has been stopping by the City Employment Center. I guess he wants to get a steady job and be a role model. Best luck to him. A day doesn't go by, I don't see a Kashigawi on TV as a part of Love and Hero. She sent a ticket like she promised, but I need to drop the courage to go to a concert for teens alone at my age. Takawa Yasakura is still working as a fortune teller in Ginza. Apparently she believed I have spiritual powers or something. She keeps sending customers with spirit problems to the mansion. I wish she would stop! Hero spends her day working as a researcher while also visiting the shelter. Her and Banshee squabble a lot, but I wish she would stop complaining to me about it. Damon seems to be doing better now, like weight has been lifted of his chest. He's in the process of convincing officials to publicize the shelter and build a memorial for it. Banshee too has returned to his beloved underground shelter. He stops by the mansion sometimes, filling the place with his scent. Of course, he comes to beg me food. Now then. I finish my break and return to the workbench in the corner of the room. Over the past 2 months, Mary has managed to repair herself. Her power hasn't completely come back yet, but she's still extremely frightening. The ninjutsu alone won't be enough to continue stealing her powers in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but I'm finally finished. I'm sorry. Once everything is complete, I replace the ninjutsu inside Mary. Finally, it's over. I pick up Mary and put her in a wooden box. 5 years. This all started when I opened the lid of this box. Mary stares up at me from the depths of the box. I have no idea if she's aware what's going to happen right now. But there is no doubt she will regain her powers when the ninjutsu wears out decades from now. I'm determined to find a way to destroy this cursed doll before that happens. Until that day, you need to stay asleep, Mary.
Now, how do I get the bad ending?
For that, you would need to go to
The fight.
yeah, and poke the cannon soldier between the eyes. Then Hero would die, and you basically get the bad ending. But to be very honest, the bad ending changes a few lines in the epilogue. But it basically gives the impression that you were too late in sealing Mary. In the good ending, you were on time.
Okay. And it gives me another achievement, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said that we'll skip the DLC for now. I mean, we'll play it on a different stream, a bonus stream for that mark.
It will. It's basically an hour to 2 hours max long. But having me voice acting would expand it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's perfect for another midweek stream.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, guys. It's me just miscalculating and undershooting the time here. Now, the only annoying thing is we don't have any ways for. Oh yeah, this is the main menu. Oh no, and now a lot of time has passed. The muted chirping of insects gently drift along the breeze that enters the mansion. It's cool enough to sleep through the night rain. To the night again. It's nearly autumn after all. I stare out of the window at the unchanging scenery without really seeing it. Cloud in the distance rumble with thunder. As if it was on cue, a chill wind brushes up against the window's pane.
また雨か。
I comment because otherwise it feels like I am in a dream. It's as if a stranger is speaking.
Neko.
Meow. I stare at the laden sky. Even though I'm resting in a chair, I feel like I'm somewhere far away. When I shift, I see out of the corner of my eye a stack of books piled on the desk. Some were pretty difficult to get my hands on, but I don't feel like reading them anymore. I could read all of them, but none will give me any type of clue. That's all I have learned, all this time wasted. The longer I try, the further away it gets. That thing sleeps in a wooden box. I head downstairs to make myself some coffee. Then a sudden knock at the door. The hollow sound doesn't bring back good memories. It used to signal the arrival of new mogbearers to the mansion. But that's in the past now. I swing the door open. Standing in front of me is...
こんにちは。
Tanabe. Is it a good time, mister? Oh, if it isn't, just tell me and I will leave you alone. Yeah, it's fine. Mo flashes a carefree smile and steps inside with a pep in her step. Just her presence makes this Just her presence makes this place feel less gloomy. With the start, I realize that Mo isn't my only visitor.
お久しぶりです、おじさん。
I'm sorry for coming without contacting you. Tasuka, this is rare. Why are you here? It only been a while since we met up, so we talked about it and what happened. And obviously the topic came to you. So I told him that I visit you a lot and that he should come with me. No big deal, right? Of course I don't mind. I was just getting bored. Yeah, I figured as much. You seem with a lot of time on your hands. I haven't seen them both together since the mark. Most sometimes visits for interviews and... Yeah, Isn't
For,
there-
for interviews and the like for an occult magazine. What is?
Yeah, I feel there's a verb missing in that sentence, but...
I don't see.
Oh, no, now I see what they did. Okay. Mo is coming by sometimes for interviews. I'm tripping over the apostrophe S there. I'm just seeing it as whatchamacallit, possessive, not as a shortened verb.
Okay.
That's why I was tripping over the sentence. But this is the first time I've seen Tatsuka Yoshida since then. I wasn't really concerned over him, but I admit I'm relieved he is alright. I'm glad to see you're doing well. Have you gotten any chance to relax? Yeah, I have. But aren't you busy with entrance exams? Do you have time to waste like this? Breaks are important. As an adult, you should understand that. Yeah, you're right. I glance over at Mo staring at me. What is it? It's just... I am working hard at my job too. Don't you have anything to say? I can't think of anything appropriate, so... Don't catch a cold. Ah, what? It's obvious you're clueless. Don't force yourself. Not that I will gain anything of having you praising me. But no way I'm a match for Tasaka. He clearly works crazy hard. He is the first in a recent mock test. That's only natural. After all, I have a goal. You do? I've never heard them mention it. Or maybe I should never expected him to say he has a goal. There is something you're trying to accomplish? My parents are lawyers, so I was thinking of entering the juridical profession, but Ace Attorney might be on the list. Was thinking, huh? Has he changed his mind then? Whoa, that's a cool dream. Jurassic, so you like dinosaurs too? Yeah, a glare full of contempt is a very good reaction, my man. Not Jurassic, juridical, as in dealing with the law. Are you really in high school now? I have never seen her at the loss for words before. To be honest, now I'm not sure. If possible, I would like to ask for your opinion, mister. Is that alright? I don't mind, but I'm kinda surprised though. I would think he would ask me for advice. That incident I was wrapped up started it. Now I know there are so many incomprehensible things in the world. I'm considering going into science in order to elucidate them. But my parents, I feel like it would be difficult to tell them. I see what's going on. Yep, that's a serious predicament. You don't seem like someone who has much in the way of forking. Kids can be so cruel sometimes. But what do you think I should do? It's difficult to say. Everything that happens could just have shaken him up. It might be good to talk it out with his family and think on it before deciding. So that's what I tell him. I see. It's true. Yeah, I have time. Thank you very much. I feel a bit better now. I have no idea my advice was really helpful or not, but Tsukasa bows politely to me. Great. You good now? Your future is bright, unlike this old right here, so you don't worry so much. If you think kids are cruel, take that, teens. That's not true. I'm sure he also has a bright... They both look at me. Nope, can't picture it. That's what's making him but that's what's making him approachable. So he's good to vent to at least. But there are definitely things that only he can do. Honestly, I can't think of any myself. I can make a good pot of coffee. I can voice multiple characters on the fly. No, that's me. But I'm not really what they are talking about. I mean, there is that doll. Tsukasa falls silent. Seems my expression gave it away. Haven't you made much progress? Nothing I can share at the moment. I've researched everything I can. Mary's true identity is elusive as smoke. I haven't managed to find clues. So I'm taking a bit of a break right now. I'm glossing over it. But to be honest, any sort of tension has vanished. My rest hasn't relaxed me. It's more like a balloon that's lost air. If I'm risking my life and facing that every day, it might be different, but right now my determination to move forward that I had back then, it's gone. That's so. I'm sorry, I had no idea. Then I might be best for you to rest and relax a bit. How about a trip to improve your mood? You might get a good idea. I'm about to reply to that when there is another knock at the door. Who could that be? Yeah, who is it? Mo comes out playfully like she lives here and skips over to answer the door.
邪魔するぞ。
The brusque voice belongs to the ex-detective Satoru Mashida.
おいおい、なんだこのざま。いつから託児所になったんだ。
Huh? Mr. Mashida, what are you doing here? Did you come over to see us? Most clearly excited, but Tsukasa is collected and bows politely. I mean, you're dead for your help back then. Still, I'm surprised. I think he didn't think we would meet here. Mashida gives an annoyed shake of his head. I'm the one asking why you're here. Damn! We're going in circles now. Don't lie. I know you're happy to see us. You're always hiding your feelings. Oh, but what a huge coincidence. We have got everyone from the Hanehiko case back then here. This is totally destiny. I feel conflicted seeing her innocent smile. If everyone is happy after such a horrific event, then maybe it will fade quickly into memory. Everyone, huh? In that case, no. One being is missing. He mutters while he glances at the spot in the room. It would be best to change the subject. So, why are you here? So I have something to ask of you first. He answers me with a question. Yeah. Rand, you told the fortune teller about my office, didn't you? Does he mean... Tokai Yosaka? Yeah, it might have come up into conversation. Why would you do that? And now I'm drowning underneath the investigation request. Wait, does that mean... Are you a private eye, Mr. Mashida? Mo butts in, her eyes shining. She's not timid, so I will grant you that. Whoa! I would guess you'll be pretty good at that. Oh, if you get an interesting job, bring me along with you. Even Mashida can only blink at their innocence. And this is exactly why it's annoying. Still, when I think about it, Mashida's complaint don't make much sense. How could he be disadvantaged by me sharing info with Yasukawa, who is incredibly famous? He himself said he was drowning under requests. I only told her about your office. What's the issue? Getting job requests is good, isn't it? What detective hates too many requests? Plus, he only just started. Even he is insanely talented. He needs... There is no way he is already overwhelmed. It depends on what the request is about. The one I just got now is the worst. Can you give me a moment?
Yeah. What happened?
We are doing the intro to the DLC case. I just realized.
Okay, then we need to make a save when we have the first option to do.
Or just skip now and I will reread the whole... because I am looking at the guide, my man, and oh boy, the time for the first save point is still 40 minutes away.
Really? Okay, then where we have the save?
Um,
I mean, I guess we have the save before the fight, no?
yeah.
I don't know. How do you want? Do
You know
mean?
what? We shall see next time. And otherwise, I will quickly guide you to through the fight and such. And
Okay. But it's a pretty strange because we didn't get the option to save after the end, and I thought the DLC is accessible through the menu.
no, it's not.
Okay, we'll see next time.
It's basically an additional case that auto unlocks if everybody survives.
Okay.
If somebody dies, you would need to replay the case from that point. And that's why I was guiding you always towards the good ending.
Okay, so you say that if you don't have all the guys surviving, you cannot play the DLC?
Exactly.
That's nuts. Okay. Okay, we'll replay this part on the bonus episode. I mean, we finished the game. This started right after the credits. So, because it's pretty late for both of us to continue tonight.
It wouldn't surprise me if you continue the game. We start right after the credits. You know what? Let's do an experiment. Let's go to the main menu right now. And so we know right away. And if you can't go to the main menu, Alt F4 is a very good function.
Okay.
And then suddenly we stop hearing music.
Okay.
And it wouldn't surprise me that there is some save file out there where you can start right there or something.
We'll see.
And otherwise, we are at the fight with Mary. And then the three options are quite clear, and we can just pick continue.
New game?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. I was thinking if it will ask you to continue. I mean, if you want to play the DLC.
No. En contraire, mon ami. Je parle un petit peu de français maintenant.
Okay.
It's still a mystery to me too. Continue?
No, it's the save I made.
It's with the fight with Mary. So if you load that, yeah, okay, but that fight doesn't take too long, and the skip button will do a lot of the job.
Yeah, okay.
So now that you finished the main part of that, Mark, seeing the whole main story, give me your thoughts. Talk to me.
At this hour, no way. Next time. No way. I don't want to continue now because I'm really tired. I'm
Yeah, same
surprised
here.
that it was so long, unbelievable
It's
long. I mean, it's the
it's
longest visual
it's an
novel I played.
unbelievable long visual novel, but it grabs you by the balls and doesn't let go.
Yeah, I'm curious how it will continue with the next in the series. I mean, not the one that will appear next year, but NG will play that one now also
Yes.
before the release of Dead Mark 2.
Yeah.
And so next
It's
week,
a very different type of game. Well, not different type of game. It's a very different type of story. But oh boy, is it as addicting and pulling you in as this one?
okay, so next week we'll have another midweek stream for the epilogue around 2 hours, let's say.
Yeah.
So, but this Friday we start the Broken Sword series of games for the end of the week. We know that many of you wanted it, and personally, I can't wait to replay this series. I mean,
Same here. If
there.
you give me give me 1 second.
I mean, the first and the second one, I replayed many times during the years, but the third, the fourth, and even the fifth one, I played it only once, every one of them. So we'll play the director's cut version of Broken Sword 1. I was thinking about also trying the Wii, but it wasn't the success, it seems, the Indiana Jones and Fate of Atlantis on Wii. Everyone was talking about, okay, the game is great, but it's better on PC. So you have the entire collection there, 25th anniversary collection.
Yeah, and it has even a comic and everything of Broken Sword.
But let's present it on the Broken Sword stream.
Yeah, it has quite a lot.
Okay, so we'll see you 2 days from now on Friday evening. Maybe also with 30 minutes earlier, like tonight. We'll see if it's possible.
That all depends on when I can get home.
Yeah, I'm trying to move a bit the stream a bit earlier because I'm getting pretty tired after 2 or 3 hours at that.
Same here.
Yeah, at this hour. So, I mean, at the beginning of our streams, we streamed 1 hour earlier than we stream now, and we had some of the longest streams. Yeah. So
Yeah, and then we didn't know our limits yet.
okay.
Now we good boys. Now we have decent length of streams.
Yeah. So until Friday evening, take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.